I can't do this. So, it was my birthday. And I bought books. This is really heavy. Okay, so it was my birthday on August the 27th. I turned 23 and I made a massive order and bought a lot of books. I am going to show these to you and talk about them. So yeah, it's a lot of books. Okay, let's start with the bottom one or something. I don't know. We'll go from the bottom. Alright, so the first book that I got was Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Murin. I have heard so many people rave about this, and so I just felt like I needed to add it to my sci-fi collection because I don't own a lot of sci-fi, and I just heard that this was necromancers in space who are lesbian necromancers. So yes, and I have heard that the next one, Harrow the Ninth, is also coming out soon, or it might already be out. So I'm excited to read this. Let me know if you guys have read this, and if I need to add it higher onto my TBR. Oh, where am I going to put all these now? It's going to go on the floor. Alright, next one. Oh crap, I grabbed two. Alright, so the next one that I got is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is a book that I have seen everywhere and I am really excited to read it. This will probably be my first thriller book that I read. And yeah, I am excited. So I know that this is a 1950s, set in 1950s. And we follow the main character who has received a letter from her cousin that sort of sparks some concern with her family, and so our main character then goes to see her cousin, who I believe has just gotten married to a white man, possibly. And as she's staying in the house, I think weird, creepy things start happening. I don't know too much. And I think that's probably better for me not to know too much when I go into books like these that are thriller based, just so that it's more of an adventure. Also, it's a floppy paperback. Yay! So the next book that I got was Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I am obsessed with Mozart and all of the composers from his time, like Beethoven and Bach and things like that. And so because this cat hair, go away, go away. So because this revolves around Mozart and his sister, which I don't think he has canonically, if that's even a word, but yeah, because this revolves around him and his sister, I thought this was going to be a really cool read, and I'm looking for more historical fantasy based fiction, and so I picked this one up because I do know that Marie Lu is a well-loved YA author here in the booktube community, so I figured that it would probably be a good idea to pick it up. So next, you can probably see already, is The Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. This I have been seeing everywhere, and I feel like it's going to be sort of one of those paranormal romance fantasies. That's just the vibes that I get. I don't know too much about this other than the fact that it has witches, demons, and vampires, and that there is a series on Sky, which I don't know what that is because we probably don't have that here in Australia. But yeah, I am looking for more witchy books, which you will probably see because this haul kind of has a theme to it. And yeah. Next, going along with the witchy theme, I got These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. I heard everybody talking about this on YouTube. I love this cover, and I need more witchy novels, and this is also sapphic, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be my first sapphic novel. I think possibly. I don't think I've read any other sapphic books, so this will be very interesting. I believe this follows the main character who has just broken up with her ex, and she starts to fall for the new girl who's just moved into town, and she's also a witch, and I think there are two covens who don't like each other, but they have to then work together to find out why there are murders happening. I think, I don't know, I just know that they have to work together to defeat something bad that's happening in the town. So yeah, this looks like it's gonna be real cute, and I love this cover so much. Next, we have a book that I immediately ran out and grabbed in the midst of my anxiety-driven time and almost had a panic attack in the middle of the shopping center, which was not good because of how many people were there. But, you know, it was fine. I got a book and that was great. So I got Blood and Honey, which is the second book in the Serpent and Dove trilogy, I think it's now going to be. This is by Shelby Mahurin. Little spoiler for my September TBR, but I have read Serpent and Dove and really liked it, so I immediately wanted to go and get the next book in the series so I could keep reading, and yeah. So this is obviously a sequel. I can't tell you too much about it other than the fact that it follows Lou, who is a witch, and Reed, who is a witch hunter, and in a series of unfortunate events, they end up having to get married. So, yes, and then chaos ensues. So that was what Serpent and Dove is about, and this follows along the events of what happens in Serpent and Dove. So, yes. Next, I got another book that I am so happy to get, and that is Bone Cries Moon by Catherine Purdy. This is a very, very beloved, as well as like hated book here on BookTube. This came out this year, I believe, and I am just obsessed with this cover. Look at that. So in this book we follow three main characters. We have Elise, Sabine, and Bastion. This is Elise, and that is Bastion. And basically Elise and Sabine are bone criers. They are responsible for ferrying the dead and their souls across to, you know, heaven or earth, heaven or hell, not earth. And in order to, you know, complete their, oh, what's the blinking word? Not their ritual, but like, you know, their ritual in order to be able to actually do the ferrying. They have to complete a certain amount of tasks. They have to kill the animals in order to gain like their abilities, and then they have to summon their soulmate and then kill him within a year, and if they don't do that, then they both die. And Bastion is the son of a father who was killed in result of a bone crier. Obviously he was the soulmate and he was killed, and so Bastion has made it his long life dream task to then destroy all the bone criers in order to gain revenge for his father. And somehow along the way Bastion and Elise get caught up in a bit of a situation, and Elise then gets kidnapped by Bastion, and the story then follows Sabine attempting to rescue Elise. So I have read this. This is the second book that I have finished in September, and I'm so happy about it. Really enjoyed it, but I will talk about that more in my September wrap-up. So yes, I got this one as well. Next, I'm super excited to have this as well. This is The Cries War by Nina Varela. You'd think having my own hard to pronounce name would mean that I'd be able to pronounce other people's hard names, but I really just can't. So anyway, this is a sci-fi fantasy story that is also sapphic and has machines, I think. I don't know too much about this apart from the fact that everybody who's read it has just loved it, and I haven't seen any bad reviews about it. And so yes, and I'm all for having more diverse books in my bookshelf, so yes, I picked this one up. So next is a book that everyone was talking about here on BookTube when it was first released, and I am so happy that I finally have my own cover, my own book. You know what I'm trying to say, and that is A Song of Wraith and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. Why did I struggle to read that? This is an enemies to lovers fantasy story following two main characters. We have Malik and Karina. Karina is the crown princess who is trying to find a way to bring her mother back from the dead, and in order to do so, to complete a ritual, she needs to have the heart of a king. And so she then holds a festival where if the contestant wins a competition, he will then become the crowned king, and obviously, you know, she will then kill him. And then we have Malik, who has his sister kidnapped. He then makes a deal with, I think, like a djinn or something. He has to then kill Karina in order to get his sister back. So he enters the competition to get close to Karina. So this just sounds so cool. I'm so happy about it. I can't wait to read this. I think I might be reading it in September. I can't remember. I already have my TBR planned, but my memory is so bad that I actually can't remember if I have this written down or not. So yeah, we'll have a look. We'll see. And one of the last books that I have, I forgot one more. Yeah, okay. And one of the last books that I have is, in fact, Kingdom of Souls by Raina Barron. I heard everybody talking about this book, specifically Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction. She mentioned how much she loved this book, and I feel like Ashley and I have quite similar tastes in reading, so I just picked this up on a whim. And plus, it does sound quite intriguing, and everybody who's read it has really enjoyed it. So Ara is from a family of magic witch doctors, and she is waiting for the time that her own magic comes, but she starts to realize that maybe she's not actually a late bloomer, she just doesn't have magic. So one of the things that you can do in order to gain magic is to sell years of your life. So she ends up getting to be a little bit desperate and goes and does just that, because there is a child snatcher who is, you know, snatching children, and somehow that is linked to Ara's non-existent magic, I think. So yes, I am super excited to read this. I think there might be a sequel, I'm not sure, but yeah. Also, I believe this this one and A Song of Wraith and Ruin are both African folklore inspired, possibly. I'm not too sure about that, but yes. Anyway, they are both written by people of color, so I want to obviously have diverse books in my shelf, so I picked this one up. And then the next book that I also got, I told you guys I bought a lot of books. That is The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackworth. The moment I heard about this, the moment I knew I needed it. It has libraries, it's in hell, the characters from these unwritten books live in hell, and it just sounds so good. So basically, this story follows the librarian, whose name is Claire. So this library is in one of the realms of hell, and has all of the characters from these unwritten novels, and her job is to basically keep them within the library. Now, one of these characters ends up escaping to go and like kill their author or demand for their author to, you know, continue writing the story. And along the way, something happens, and a book that is really important to, I think, heaven and the angels or something or other gets taken as well. And so she gets roped into trying to get the character back, as well as get the book back or something or other, and she has to deal with a demon. And yeah, I'm such a great booktuber. The last book that I ordered with this order was in fact Save the Cat Writes a Novel. This is a sort of writing craft book on how to write a novel, and it gives you examples of this plotting device within other stories like Harry Potter and the Hunger Games and stuff. So in case you didn't know, I am trying to write my own novel. Not going so well, so I picked this up as a way of inspiration and helping me be able to plot my novel better. And yeah, as you can see, I have tabbed it. I am also highlighting it, and yeah. So those are all the books that I bought for my birthday. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I really like all of them, and I am so excited to read them. I cannot wait. I am happy to be filling up my shelves, which is taking a lot longer than I thought it was, and rearranging is happening a lot all over the place. And yeah, so if you guys have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them down below in the comments. Let me know if there are some other books that I should buy potentially. I'm hoping I'm not going to buy anything until Kingdom of the Wicked comes out, as well as The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Those are the only two books that I really want to spend my money on. Other than that, I'm going to try and save my money because I bought a lot of books. So yes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you are new, please subscribe so you can see more of me. If you'd like to follow my Instagram and Twitter so you can see extra content, please go ahead and check the links down in the description box below. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you are staying safe, and I will see you guys in another video later on.